Hey everyone, Victor here from the Nerdy Tribunal with a nerdy update. You know what? Today was a great day for Marvel fans all around the world. We had the D23 Disney Expo going on, and from that, we had two big, awesome surprises. First one that we're going to be talking about, they actually had an Avengers Infinity War trailer playing there for the people in attendance, which was amazing from what I've heard. Just to kind of break down what happened with the trailer, wasn't there in person to actually see it, but going over all the on-site reviews of what happened. The footage starts with the Guardians of the Galaxy flying. The entire cast is there in the Milano flying, and suddenly Thor hits the windshield. I guess maybe from Ragnarok or from something else, but that's how it kind of starts. They managed to pull him in, and they used Mantis' power to wake him up. And Thor, being out of it, kind of just lashes out and doesn't know what's going on. Next scene, kind of cut to Earth where they show Scarlet Witch dodging some kind of energy attack. They have some voiceovers going on, and it follows up with Loki emerging from a battle of some sort and basically has the Tesseract in his hand and presents it to someone taller than him. They don't say who it is. It could be Thanos. It could be one of the Black Order. We don't know, but he's passing on one of the Infinity Gems to someone else. After that, the next scene jumps to Peter Parker in Queens. I guess this may be a play on the whole spider sense thing. You see kind of his hair on his arms stand up. It is a version of the spider sense because there is a ship flying towards Earth. So I guess that's what kind of triggered it. And from there, it jumps to Tony Stark talking to the Guardians of the Galaxy about someone coming to us. In this case, I'm assuming that Guardians of the Galaxy have explained who Thanos is to Tony, and I guess he's trying to plan out and figure out what's going on, and from that, they figure that they have the advantage because Thanos is coming to them instead of them knocking on his doorsteps. But just like in the comics, that doesn't really turn out to be the best. So from there, next part shows Gamora in the Collector's Den. Everything's kind of destroyed. She looks worried. There's some voiceover going on talking about balancing the universe. So I guess this is his plans, which is pretty similar to in the comics. So from there on, this is when the trailer kind of goes crazy. Thanos emerges from black hole and basically fighting begins. Which starts off with Doctor Strange teaming up with Star-Lord, using his ability to kind of create platforms, you can say, for Star-Lord to basically attack. They cut to a scene of Spider-Man in his new suit, which was the same suit they revealed at the end of Homecoming. A bunch of shots after that was like Vision behind bars of some sort, a Wakandan army, which actually includes Bucky, because Bucky is right now frozen in Wakanda. And we see a newer, I guess, vigilante Captain America. He's bearded because he's on the run in a new suit, so that's kind of awesome to hear. They have a shot of Black Widow with blonde hair. Don't know if it's a wig or dye, but apparently that's going to be new. We see Iron Man's new armor, and we also see it with Hulkbuster. Apparently two different ones, so it might be someone else controlling the Hulkbuster armor. It's just a huge amount of shots going through. Next scene jumps to a crying kind of Peter Parker on the ground, very injured. He apologizes to Tony. So once again, we don't really know the backstory, what's going on. But once again, more and more interesting things happening. So towards the end of the trailer, you really get to see Thanos' powers. He's grabbing Thor by the head. It looks like he's about to squeeze him like a grape. We see a whole bunch of things going on. And we see the last part of the trailer, which is the most amazing part, and the part I want to see the most, is that Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet on his hand. He's not completed yet the entire gauntlet, but we do see 2 stones. People has mentioned it being purple and blue, so I'm assuming it's the space gem and the power gem. And basically with these 2 gems, he summons a moon or planet of some sorts, and basically he's trying to hurl it towards the planet. You see debris and stuff flying, and then it cuts to the title. This sounds amazing from what everybody has seen and heard. People are going crazy about this. I'm just wishing that there's some way for us to see it. It might be a while, might be never. Maybe we'll see a variation of it. We know that Comic-Con's coming up pretty soon, so maybe we'll see a version of that, or maybe someone will leak something. We don't know. You know how Marvel snipers are. They're out to get anyone that has a copy of this. But we'll have to wait and see. But I'm pretty sure everybody that's a huge Marvel MCU comic fan is gonna go crazy once they see it. You think that might be the end of it, but knowing Marvel, they had to top themselves. So the next thing we see at the D23 today was a revealing. So yesterday there was 4 figures close to the Thanos figures that they had put out. Which is kind of a little bit different because we see Thanos without his armor. He's more in like, I guess you can say casual wear. But there was 4 figures that was covered. No one knew what it was. There was a bunch of rumors. Some people thought maybe the Fantastic Four, which is in my mind a long shot from what we can see. But so the rumors was true. People thought it would be the Black Order, and that's what it was. We saw 4 members of the Black Order. Unfortunately, we're missing 1 member. We don't know exactly what's going on. But just to break it down, we see that with Thanos, we see 4 members of the Black Order. In this case, they kind of mention it as Thanos' children. I guess that kind of ties into the whole Gamora Nebula thing where they're children of Thanos. So maybe that's the entire play on things. Anyone adopted or brought into the whole Thanos family, organization, whatever. But we do see statues, or I guess you could say costumes of Black Dwarf. We see Proxima Midnight, Corvus Glaive, and Ebony Maw. The only one we're missing is Supergiant. So once again, we don't know what's going on with that, but it'll be interesting to see how they kind of play into this. But a quick kind of rundown of who each of them are. All 4 of them are part of the Black Order in the comics. They are basically the henchmen of the Thanos. Each of them are pretty super powered on their own. But as a group together, oh my God, it's going to give Avengers a run for their money for sure. So Black Dwarf is kind of like, I guess you can say more like a Hulk kind of figure. Supposed to have indestructible skin, very super powerful, like your muscle tank kind of guy. Next up, we have Corvus Glaive. He's known to be more of a general, a very, very good tactician, but he's no slouch himself as a fighter. Cool thing is, with the spear he has, as long as he has it and it's not destroyed, he is actually unkillable, which is amazing and very, very scary for anybody out there that he comes across. Next, we have Proxima Midnight, which is actually the wife of Corvus Glaive. She is a very skilled fighter, really good weapons. Her main thing is that she has a staff forged by Thanos. It's supposed to have all these crazy abilities. Basically, she can destroy almost anything or kill anybody with the staff with just a simple touch. That's how powerful her staff is. And last but not least, there's Ebony Maw, which in my mind is probably one of the craziest of the group because of his ability to basically convince anybody to do anything. We've seen this in the comics that in one of the runs, he basically talks Doctor Strange into summoning Shuma Gorath, which is unheard of and really dumb thing to do. No one wants to summon Shuma Gorath, but just by speaking to him, or even in the case, I guess, of whispering, he was able to convince him to do it. That's how powerful he is. So, looks like they're all super close to the comic counterparts, all super amazing and powerful and deadly. But the main thing is, Marvel has done it again. They have revealed not very much, but at the same time so much, and everyone's just waiting to get more and more. Hopefully we'll get something shown to us relatively soon. Hopefully find out more at Comic-Con, but it's just a great time to be a Marvel MCU fan. But yeah, that's our nerdy update for this week. Just keep a close eye because there's a lot of great news coming out. And until next time.